Facebook, if you're with me, just throw me a hi or a wave. I want to just tell you all good evening and welcome to the Truth Tribe. I'm Dawn Thompson. Thank you all for being here. You all know I love you very much and that you are all perfect exactly where you are in this now moment. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you, no matter what you're going through, which is what we're going to talk about tonight, because typically what we're going through, we don't like to see. Excuse me. I don't know why I have this little tickle. So the topic that I tried to express in a short version on your text, your reminders tonight, where it makes no difference. Okay. And what that means is because everything in the planet that's happening right now, are you making a difference where it makes no difference? Write this down, because this is a really big thing when you start thinking about it from the angle of yourself looking outside and you say, okay, am I making a difference where it makes no difference? And we then start opening up our souls to say, am I putting my energy in the wrong place, right? So where no difference needs to be made in your life, is that where you're putting it, right? And avoiding what needs your attention. Are you spending time on things in your life that you've already mastered? So think about these things. Are you avoiding your hotspots, as I call them, in your life and making, what already works better? Putting energy into things that make no change or difference for you. I'm talking about you personally, okay? And your life, then you start to catch that it's making no change and no difference. Your life is spinning, basically like spinning your wheels, right? And it starts to become futile and discouraging with the outcomes. The outcomes are not what you want. And so all pain, emotional and physical, is resistance to your soul blueprint. All pain. I've talked about this for the last several years, so I know it's not new for a lot of you, but all pain is resisting ourselves, our soul blueprint, the reason we came here, what we came here to do. And I've taught you all, we came here to grow, to learn, not only to be lighthouses and warriors through this ascension time on the planet, right? But believing that you don't deserve in one area or you're deserving in others that don't matter to you, right? Guess who shows you? This is the biggie about tonight. I want you to guess who shows you where to make improvements that will make a difference in your life. One guess, just what pops into your brain. I wonder what shows me. Who shows me? Relationships show you. People who hold space in your life. All relationships, right? So you're going to continually meet people in your life and situations and experiences, and they are all considered relationships, right? What is your relationship with that thing, with the thought, with the person, with an experience? What's been happening in your world recently that's been bringing up for you, like that's an experience? You have a relationship with that, right? Are you conscious of the relationships you have with that person that's in your life? We're like, well, they're just an acquaintance. Well, they're just a friend. Oh, well, they're just a sibling that I don't really spend time with. Well, they're just a cashier at the grocery store, but I really get frustrated when they're the only one that'll check me out. Are you conscious of that relationship that you have with them? Because if you're drawn to anyone who decreases or draws on your energy, right, causing you to feel depleted, I want you to think about them. Do you blame them, right? Or is it what you feel you deserve, so you just accept it? So this is a really big deal right now, you guys, when it comes to consciousness. Consciousness, remember, is becoming awake, aware of your stuff, conscious of your life. And this whole purpose, right? That's the whole purpose of why I created Conscious Creator. By the way, those of you who want a spot, there's 20 spots. It's in May. Get signed up. It's on the website. This whole purpose of creating Conscious Creator coaching next month in May, if you do not understand your relationships and why they're in your life, right? Why are they there? What are they there to teach you? How conscious are you to all the relationships? If you don't know, even to your spouse, right? Like, are you conscious to what your spouse is mirroring to you? Because they're an energy, they're a reflection, they're creation of you. So if you are not conscious of that, you might want to be in that class, Conscious Creator. Go on the website, okay? If you're not conscious of these relationships that are in your life and you just poo-poo them, oh, they're just somebody. They're not just somebody. They're somebody that your brain had to consciously or subconsciously create an image of and then attract them in an energetic form into your space until you decide not to be an energetic match or align with them energetically. Okay, get where I'm going? This is such a big deal right now for all of you lighthouses to be on guard of any judging of the external world. And I mean relationships, people, things. Okay, so start, and it's time for you to start realizing that what you accept in the world, in the external world, what you watch, what you talk about, what you think about, who you are, what you want, is a conscious creation of your internal frequency. You're pushing it up to the consciousness and you are then creating it in a reality form. It is very similar. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this, to the movie Inception. If any of you haven't seen it, it's a little kind of warped for a little bit, but not in a negative way. It's just kind of hard to wrap your brain around. If you haven't seen Inception, it's where I'm trying to get you all to kind of shift your brains a little bit, is we can create the buildings, the world, the people, the world, the room you're sitting in right now. You created it so you could be here with me. The TV, the screen, the video, the computer, the phone you're on. You're creating that in your mind by creating a conscious reality of it. Your brain is creating your reality from your mind. So to the buildings, to the people, to the places, to your pain, your emotional and physical pain. You would not have a person in your life. You would not see that person in your life or contact and encounter with that person if you were not in alignment with that frequency. Okay. It is very easy to mistake this. So don't be like, oh, how did I not know? Like, I don't want that person in my life, or I don't want that kind of frequency in my life. And someone says, okay, and we create our pain because we think we don't deserve happiness. No, we create our pain because we're not looking at that unhappiness in another person and saying, I don't want that pain. So we have to step up, leave them unhappy, and be happy. So it doesn't mean we don't deserve it, or you don't feel you deserve it instead of think you deserve it. That's the difference. Okay. Everything that shows up for you is to show you how you feel about yourself, because we think the outside world, okay, the world outside of us is happening to us to tell us what we should change because they can see us better. Okay, so hopefully I didn't lose you on that. So the outside world is happening to us to tell us. That's what people get like, oh, well, that's out there and they're going to tell us what they see so I can be better. And the truth is that the world inside of us is a projection outside of you, like a movie that's happening and it's shining out of your eyeballs like a movie screen, right? Creating a reality that we have subconsciously chosen to experience in relation to our subconscious. And most of us can't, like I said, we can kind of make a mistake on catching ourselves here, because you're like, am I really creating this? We really are creating this. So the outside world, yes, is showing you what we're creating internally. So if you have chosen, right, fear, sadness, guilt, shame, or distrust in the external world, like you're like, I created that, I chose that, yes, it's because internally that's what you feel you deserve. Feel She used the word think. I want to make sure she's on the right page. You feel like that's something you know what guilt is, you know what sadness is, you don't understand that you can shift it in one moment and go, no, I don't want to create that reality. That's what I'm worth. That's what I'm going to look for in the world so I can validate that that's what I feel. This isn't easy stuff for people, but I'm trying to share with you. If you're not aware of this and you're not on top of it, you're going to be pissed off all the time because look at the world. It's a shit show right now in a good way. Right? And I've shared with you guys how everything is starting to dismantle and burn to the ground, and things you thought were real and true aren't true anymore. You and only you, my friends, can raise your awareness of the topics that you're struggling in so you can become more conscious of the reality you want. And all those players out there, all those actors, all those people, all those experiences are so you can see you. Okay. And so the simple tool that I give people all the time is to write down a map and then deliver that map to those who you want to be on the map with you. Okay. So we're always telling our spouses, well, they should know better. They don't know. They can't read your brain. Your friends, your family, they don't know who you are and what you want. How do you want your relationships to be? Is the delivery of your map that you give them so that you're going to be using the same map, or you tell them one thing and you're doing something else? So if you choose to live in love and kindness and compassion, right, then and they deliver, they're bringing you doubts or unwanted, you simply have to explain your map to them. This is who I choose to live. This is who I choose to be. This is how I want to live. And maybe they're bringing you doubt, or they're delivering you unkind things in some way, or they're bringing you doubt about yourself, right? You're like, when I look at them, or they act that way, or they do those things, that's their way, right? But I have to be attracted to it in some way if I catch it. Why is it bothering me? And the words in the phrase I want you to kind of come up with is I assume if someone's like, why aren't you being this way? Why aren't you coming over here? Why aren't you doing what I want you to do? I assumed you wanted what I wanted. Courage, love, truth. I choose to live my life this way. If I came across not in that way, I own it, right? That's owning, maybe I'm not telling them I want courage, love, and truth, right? I accept that you want it differently than I do and move on. But we're caught in this external world, right? You can start seeing what relationships that show up and are not in alignment with the map that you've designed. But I'm watching everybody right now. We're not designing the map. I watch clients even who forget, who have worked with me, and are like, I don't know, it's not working. I'm like, go look at your map, go look at your iPod, look at your sonar, look at your IDI, whole system. Go look at the all the tools I have on the website. Right? Basic going, oh, you're right, I did that, and that's not what I want. So why am I accepting this? Exactly. That's your new map. Your higher self is your soul being the captain of your physical vessel, right? Your ship. This is your ship. And it's being the captain of your ship into the highest direction for your highest good. It is the quantum viewpoint for what is in your expanded life. It sees the expanded life that it wants you to live. Okay. That is all inside your the subconscious of your submarine, which is your physical body, right? Okay. So if you're not aware of what's going on inside the sub and what beliefs you are delivering to your submarine, you will continually walk around feeling like the world is causing you suffering. It's the nature-nurture effect, the nature of your personality and the nurturing you learned to push that personality out. It's time to stop using nurturing as a tool to say, that's why my life sucked. My mom and dad were mean. My mom and dad didn't do a good job. They were poor. They didn't have enough. They were control, rude, strict. They were addicts. Okay, you chose those parents. No one wants to hear that. And I'm like, you chose those parents for a reason. Let's quit blaming mom and dad. They did the best they could. You chose those parents to the precise degree of the date and time to those specific parents to create that specific astrological blueprint for you to grow and expand out of karmic patterns that you have avoided, or patterns that your entire history of your DNA, ancestral family lines have avoided, and you came here to be a spiritual warrior. Sorry to break it to you. So let's not blame family, parents, or any of the bullshit you're watching out there. Understand the energy that you chose to learn from your parents, but you cannot and will not continue to repeat from this day forward. If you don't like some of those habits, it doesn't make them bad. That's just what they knew. Use them as your excuse. You can't use them as your excuse to play small, to play victim, to play less than anymore. You hired them in a sense to pressure you to get out of these generational cycles for this ascension to lighten the fuck up. Seriously, that's what you did. And then everybody's like, well, I don't understand. We want an excuse and a reason. If there was ever a reason on this planet to look outside of you and see shit you don't like, people who are frustrating you, people who are disappointing you, it's not them, it's you. They are just projections showing you what you do. When you stop doing it, you won't even notice it in them, especially the people who are going to stay around. Do you want this or not? It's a simple question and a simple choice. Go big or go home and whine. Okay? So if you're judging external anything from your eyeballs or your external allowance of others' drama that they're bringing up, or their pain pillars, right? It's telling you what your reality of your world is. And you're going to be continually let down until you go, that's me? How does that bother me? Because the new earth, the quantum field, this higher realm of manifestation, and your soul are now ascending into the frequency-based lifestyle. And I'm trying to help you guys understand this, a frequency-based lifestyle. So if something doesn't feel energetically expansive and kind and loving and empowering, you'll know in your soul, because it will not feel free. It will not feel truth. I don't care how much evidence you are given to look at with your visual eyeballs, my guys. If you're like, but I saw it and I read it and I watched it, they are simply projecting from your brain to the external, creating realities and people and relationships to show you how you feel inside. Okay? So if you're walking around angry, judging, shaming, criticizing others of how they live their life, or how you're not living, or I should say how maybe they're not living their lives, right, to make you happy, you're using your eyeballs to project those emotions outside of you to show you unhappiness within. It's time to create your magical map. And your magical map is the words that you want to use with others that express your truth of who you are and how you want to live. Like, oh, excuse me, like, like I thought that I was explaining my truth and maybe I wasn't. My truth is, this is how I choose to live. I respect where you're at. I will choose to move this way and you may not want to. And I want that. This is what I want. This is what you want. And that's okay. I love you anyway. This is a hard thing to let people be, even when you're watching the shit show that you're all watching and going, is that the destruction I want to watch? It's sad. It's depressing. It's scary, but it's inducing this turmoil within us to push up so you can move the fuck on. And now that you're moving upward and lighter and loving and awesome, if you're holding onto others in a box, then your relationships will show you where you have to make a new map for your submarine to follow. And the map I'm meaning, you guys, is literally a physical piece of paper map. What do you speak into reality? What is your truth? Like I said, the Sonar and IDI Academy will help you speak your maps, non-negotiables at all times. It's your non-negotiable truth. so you can live and let live, and you can have a map for you. Because remember, when you're designing your map on paper, okay, it will help you choose a mindset of whatever's happening, okay, I want you to remember whatever's happening out there is happening to me, for me, so that my higher self is growing and nudging me to take a highway with less boulders. It's teaching you challenges are realities that you can change. Right? How are you viewing your life? I want you to ask yourself, am I creating realities, forcing myself to see my warrior spirit? You have to think of this, okay? And I know this is hard because it's like it took you guys a long time to wake up and realize that there are external people and entities and a lot of people, companies, are spending so much money on programming to distract you from your soul. So much money on medicine, on education, on digital, on your media, on the TV wizards, taking you to look at scary, destructive crap beer. You're all looking at freaking beer with a stupid person on it. Who gives a shit? Don't drink the beer. I mean, it's stupid, but you're all looking. Now it's waking you up to topics that we have been there the whole time. You just haven't looked at. There's so much money being spent distracting you from your soul, distracting you to stay outside and neglect creating a plan to tackle the chaos inside, causing you to become immune to the chaos outside. Making a map with your plan is how you will reconnect to your soul. If you don't know what your needs are, what you need for you, okay, you will have no idea how to share that plan with others who can help you meet those needs. And I find this all the time in dating. Like, we're afraid to tell someone what our plan is, which is, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is my non-negotiables, this is super important to me. Is it to you? Well, what if they don't like me? Okay, well, then I don't want you to like them if they don't want what you want. So it's the same thing. Write a plan. Use your sonar from the IDI Academy or again, it's in the toolbox. It's in everywhere. Or draw a map on a piece of paper. Okay, this is who I am. This is what I want. And to engage your life that will keep living the lifestyle that you want to live as a lighthouse. What does that entail? How do you need to change your business? How do you need to change your job? What do you need to have that non-negotiable truth be a reality? Draw it on a map. What will you say to people when they say, why aren't you doing this? Because this is my truth and this is how I like to live. It's okay. You go be a unicorn if you like. Who cares? Why? Because you're focused out there and not in here. And there are a lot of people who want you to be out there so you're not in here. Why? Because you're a spiritual warrior, a very bright lighthouse when you're in here. That's the big deal. It's a huge deal. So everybody write down a map. Who am I? What do I want? Ask yourself those questions. Am I putting energy into making a difference in a part of my life that will make no difference? Right? If you're a good writer and all you're doing is writing, but you got to heal your relationship with your children, it's not going to make any difference in the part of your life that you need to heal. If you're putting all your energy into your health and trying to stay fit and healthy and all that, but you've got to heal your marriage, I think you're focusing and putting energy into something that won't make a difference there. Your health. It's where I'm trying to get you guys to focus. If you don't have a plan for one of those things that you're not good at, it won't make a difference. Does that make sense? I was trying to make it simple. We're going to dive now into the planetary update because, guys, there is a lot going on. A lot going on. So there's a couple questions coming in. I'm gonna tap on this in a minute, Pat, and then I'm gonna come back to this because I love what you're saying. So I'll be right back. Planetary update. All right. So there's a huge party happening in the sky right now. Okay. And I know you all can feel it in your souls. Okay. So starting on Thursday, so you're already feeling this today because the energy is pulling in there. There is a solar eclipse. So it's a new moon, solar eclipse on Thursday in the sign of Aries, which means here's the sun shining bright and here comes along the moon and it sits in front of it, sits on top of it. Okay. So we have a full solar eclipse happening where the moon sits on top of it for some time. And because it's in Aries, it's adding this explosive flavor that's in the fiery sign of Aries that rules courageousness and pioneering and adventurousness, independence, quick, assertive, competitive, determined, forceful, and leadership. And it's also ruled by the planet Mars, which is the god of war. Okay. So the low frequency characteristics that can come out of this as well, and I'm going to touch on this in a second. I just want you to understand where we could fall into the weak aspect of this new moon. Low characteristics of Aries are domineering, right? Dominating, selfish. That's that domineering of, I told you, the paid programming, trying to make you think something that your soul doesn't think. Okay. Selfish, intolerant, impulsive, very quick-witted or very quick short fuses, impatient, arrogant, quick-tempered, and violent, which is why you're seeing a lot of violence kicking in right now. Okay. Eclipses come twice a year, guys, and they're extreme new moons, and new moons are about new beginnings. Okay. So they bring up previously hidden information, which allows events to progress, like to progress faster. And they invite big life changes. Okay. So the effects of the eclipse itself, new moon, are new beginnings, and it can be positive or negative. Now, I don't like the word negative because to me, when something falls apart, it was meant to. You needed to let it go. You needed to make a new plan that would be positive because the negative was no longer part of your alignment. So astrologically, this symbolizes massive shifts, which also reflects to all of us energetically in our lives. Okay. Aries, you guys, is the fire starter. Okay. The instigator of change. So the spark that lights the fire within us. So this energy is, you may not be an Aries, but you're going to feel this a little bit if you're an Aries sun, moon, or rising. Because Aries is the season of go. Okay, we're going to be handed the opportunity to really see ourselves in ourselves and then level the fuck up, which is why I'm trying to tell you, if you don't start looking at yourself with, am I doing something that makes a difference in my life, or I'm making a difference where it won't make a difference? Because this is going to make you make a difference. Always love yourselves. Always be kind to yourself along the journey, because we all know that this can be a very rocky roller coaster ride. I'm not debating that part with you. I don't like sugarcoating stuff for you guys, because then you're like, well, I thought it was supposed to be better. It is, if you're willing to let go of the old map. Listen to the universe. Keep your eyes open, your third eye open, your intuition open, because the signs from the universe is very interestingly, it's bringing ways of nudging us to where we need it most. Where you need to make a difference in your life most, it's going to push you there by people showing up. Okay. So also during this new moon, remember it's new beginning. You can wish for new beginnings and take courage to take that leap. So whatever that new beginning is, put it down, write it down on paper, right? With this new moon, you can focus on yourself. How are you? What do you need? What sets your soul on fire? What is your greatest desire? Write those down and then burn them to the moon. Make a map and say, this is who I am from this point forward. Imagine that you're at the starting line of the biggest race of your life, and you've been working so hard and you've been training for this to be a lighthouse, and you have fiery, airy strength to back you guys up. The power of this new moon is to set your intentions in ways to elevate and continue shining all the way to the finish line. It's like ready, set, and then go as fast as you can. That's what this new moon is. So imagine that this is all starting to play itself out in you and things are all of a sudden snapping into place. It's saying, okay, go, you could do this. Okay. So if that wasn't enough, with fiery Aries could end something so you can start a new beginning. Let's add Mercury retrograde to the mix. Okay. So Mercury retrograde starts the next day on Friday. So you're already feeling it. I talked to you last week. We're in the shadow period of it until Friday. So you may be wondering, like, oh my God, Dawn, how many cosmic astrological events can happen at once? Oh, there's another one happening. So from the 21st of April through the 14th of May, it's like 3 weeks. Okay. Mercury's going to reverse, and it never reverses totally. It's just doing a little loop-de-loo in the sign of Taurus. So if you are a Taurus, you're going to feel this Mercury retrograde a little bit more because we have other planets playing in Taurus right now as well. Taurus is symbolized by the bull, and Taurus is the first, the earth sign. And so it's very earthy and grounded, and it's associated with the material world, objects, money, dirt, earth, building, environment, resources of all kinds. So including financial institutions. And these are all part of Taurus. Entertaining, partying, okay, parties will count for this Mercury retrograde. Okay, so Taurus is also known for its most important part, which is hard-headedness and stubbornness, right? A stubborn bull, right? Which means this sign would prefer to maintain systems than to shake them up. And so when Mercury goes and turns to look backwards, that's what Mercury wants. It wants you to look backwards and take notes. Mercury retrograde in Taurus lives, this whole energy is going to live for throwing you backwards into looking at your finances and your security and your entertaining and your partying, right? And so this retrograde's actually the best time for reactivities. Okay. And what I mean by that is reviewing, revamping. So restarting something, revising, reconfiguring. So if you're having a party or you're doing something, you might have to redo it or revise it and change it. If you started a new company, you might have to just review something or redo something or reconfigure how you deliver it. Doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't mean no, it just means slow. So pause and review. Okay, pause and review. Okay, we have to let ourselves change. You're going to have to let go, get ready with the next 2 weeks. I'm preparing you guys for this. You're going to have to let go of every old version of you that was programmed by some box of the boxed wizards. I'm just preparing you because it's not going to be the way you've always thought. Then let's add to this, and I'm going to go into these Q&As. Pluto, as for Pluto and Aquarius, I keep bringing this up. The next 2 months are a glimpse of what the next 20 years are going to look like for you. Okay, so watch how this whole thing plays out. In order to thrive in the quantum highway that I keep pushing you guys up to the higher realm, these higher quantum field, okay? Higher thinking, your soul thinking, your truth, okay? And your new blueprint that you just built tonight that you're going to write down, right? I know who I am. If not, I'm going to go on Dawn's website. I'm going to go on I Deserve It Now. I'm going to get into my truth tremor and get into your warrior pass. And you're going to update yourself on your sonar and your iPad. You're going to go, wow, I need to determine what are my non-negotiables on my sonar. Why do I say that? You have to let go of past versions of yourself that aren't vibrational match to your ultimate vision or your new map. There are no images, there are no statuses, there are no lifestyles to maintain in the age of Aquarius. So all of you who are like, oh, my party is this, my celebrity is this, I want to be that, I am, do you know who I am? Will be gone. If you are in that status symbol kind of stuff, okay? There's only maintaining creativity, love, courage, truth in the divine consciousness and awareness of aligning with others who value your presence and your energy. I cannot be more clear about this. If things are crumbling in this Mercury retrograde, this new moon, this Aries fires energy, this Taurus, I need you to go, okay, Cool. Dawn said, if I write down a map, if I design it at the quantum field, what I want, it could be such a magical map that is so, you've imagined it, you've dreamt it, you've pushed it out into the higher realm, go, gosh, it's hard to wrap my brain around. I want to be worth $20 million. And I'm not sure how I'm going to get there, but I want to magically make this map. What do I have to do to make this happen? And it might be completely out of your realm. Do it anyway. That's what this energy is going to create in all of you. And it's going to have to rip a lot of the old thought patterns away in order to get there. Okay, everybody here, into the thymus, into your nervous system. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. This will get you through the next 3 weeks of Mercury retrograde, because you're going to get situations that make you feel scared or uncomfortable or nervous or, oh my gosh, what's happening? Nothing. Because you're aligned with courage, love, and truth. You will break out of this so beautifully you won't even believe it. Okay. All right. Your challenge, make a plan for how you will explain your truth to others. Not what you want others' truth to be. This is a big confusion. Who are you, and can you stand true to that? I raise self-worth of the planet. That's it. That's my truth. I really got nothing else to say about all your shenanigans. Okay. That's how easy it can be. Okay. All right. So I'm going to open up Q&A. Who has had a hard time telling others what they want so that you go with other people's plan and then you're disappointed in the outcome? I want you to share this with me. You have a hard time telling people, this is who I am. This is what I want. I live in truth. I'm here to raise the self-worth of the planet. That's what I want to live. And yeah, if you don't want that, I gotta go. Like, it doesn't mean they have to. That makes sense? All right. Let me fill you in on a couple things. Let's see. So since I was 18, I read about one of the Stoic generals from Rome, Gaius, Marcus Aurelius, followed by the Greek philosophy of Stoicism. It is a thought in all of our military academics. When the worst presents itself, Stoicism must take over. Know that we are in control of and what we are not. We can find that special one in ourselves and overcome whatever's in front of us. Absolutely. 100% agree. And several of you are saying, I'm feeling it. Yes. We have to step into what we feel and then open up to, am I making a difference in my life where it would make a difference? Guys, I'm sharing this with you because it's a really, really big deal. I mean, for me, it makes a difference when I actually really, I have a hard time keeping a tough schedule when I have stuff scheduled for me, healing, treatments. And I mean like healing on my body, healing things that I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, trying new things, licking the curb status stuff. And I'm very strict lately with my map of non-negotiables, of not changing my schedule so I can help other people over helping me. You would think that would be basic, right? But that's me making a difference because it'll make a difference in me. All right. So, oh, I love that. I love that. Justice, wisdom, courage, temperance. We have to exercise these. Wisdom, I thought, the third. I love it. Does that make sense, my friends? All right. Any more questions? Go ahead and throw them in. Let's see. How can I be creating doubt and difficult people or loneliness? Okay. I get it. Like I said, this is going to be hard for us to wrap our brain around that you are So here's my thing. If you're drawn to drama, if you're drawn to other people's drama, and I'm just putting a lot of the destruction in the world, a lot of the dishonesty, a lot of the things that are happening, you're like, that I gotta look what's happening to them, look at how they've been victimized, and there are a lot of people who have been. And now if that is not your purpose on the planet and you're just focused on it, that's how you start drawing yourself into this energy. And you're not looking at, I'm drawn to drama and depression and darkness, So you're looking at that drama, that depression, that darkness, and you're not looking at it from within you. It's a match to your emotional iPod, i.e. in the I Deserve It Academy, or also in the relationship toolbox. You all have access to it. So if it's not in check with your new map, you're not going to have change. And most people don't want to admit you're creating your reality. Again, if you have not watched Inception, go watch it. It will help you now. I saw it, it's old. I saw it years ago and it made sense to me, but now it's going to make more sense to you where you're like, wow, in the quantum field, I can create any reality, any relationship, any situation I want to be in. Because we have to create it from the soul first. I've showed you guys this picture. Then we create it in the mind. Then we create it in this reality. Our eyes create that projection of that energy in our mind, and then it becomes a reality. You're creating the people, you're creating the actors, you're creating the pain, all of it. Your soul's going, go over here, meet that person. They're going to hurt you. They're going to hurt your feelings. They're going to trash you. They're going to argue with you to see if this is really your truth. They're going to see, they're going to hurt you. Go on. And your soul is pushing you over there to meet with certain people to get you to wake up. Even your spouse. They're going to do things that's going to wake you up. And you're like, well, I didn't want that. I don't like that about you. It's not them. It's what you're seeing from you in them. Until you don't care about it anymore. And they're just being them. Then you don't give a shit. Right? Does that make sense? So I know a lot of people really struggle with it's happening for you, to you, so you can change you and make a difference. Okay. Okay. Let's see. How is doing what you're good at making a difference? Where the difference isn't needed. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm getting this. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not telling you not to make a difference in the world, but I'm trying to teach you is if you're not making a difference in yourself and you're not creating self-growth, you're not going to make a difference in the outside world because you're just connecting to drama. They're just showing you. I'm prepping you for where the Aquarian, where the Mercury, where this fiery stuff, you're going to get shown a lot of things. And you're going to be like, is this real or not? You're going to do like Inception. Am I in a dream? Is this reality? Is that real or is it fake? Is it fake news? Is it real news? Is it fake education or are they telling me to think something and it's not how I feel? You're gonna have to trust your soul. Truth. It's a big deal. And we're going to this quantum learning, quantum understanding, quantum field. And the only way you do that is by knowing you so that you always know you're standing in your truth. It's interesting because in the movie Inception, they can't quite tell all the time, am I dreaming this? Is this real? Is that true what I'm seeing? And so they have this little spinner they spin or some sort of thing, a die or something that they always know. If they have that with them, they're in the reality. They're in their reality. But if it's not, then they know they're in some other dream that they're creating a different manifestation, a different world. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're standing in your truth, and that's who you are, you could care less what's going on around you. You know you're in your own reality. But if you're getting drawn into others' truths, it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel connected. You don't feel powerful. It's that basic. Okay? All right. So someone says, oh my God, you're right on. That's why I saved it. The military teaches each and every soldier to be the leader. We don't need anything or anyone else other than ourselves. Absolutely. We don't need them. You need to be the light for them. And when people go, how do I do this? That's shining your light, saying, oh, I did it this way. And you have to give them the opportunity to find out they're a spiritual warrior. They're a spiritual badass. I'm about to be with a bunch of family. Best response when they are unpleasant or putting you down, especially right now, is okay. That's not my truth, but I love you and move on. Absolutely. Instead of saying that's not my truth, I want you to say, well, my truth is to be here and party and have the best badass time at my own party. So you guys have fun. I got to go. Speak what you want, not what you don't want. Cool? So again, okay, let me be very clear about the map, my friends. What she just said is very powerful, okay? The map, what I mean by a map is, what is your phrase? What are you going to say? She already knows now, okay? She knows my truth is to be here and enjoy my party and enjoy this paradise. You guys have fun. Bye-bye. She doesn't have to tell them she doesn't like what they're doing and then that what they're saying is not her truth. She just said, I gotta go. Someone else looking for me. And she moves on because she can speak that truth. So I want you guys on a minimal basis to write down 3 words. This is my truth. I'm here for this. This is my purpose of why I get out of bed, what I'm going to do every day when when she goes to this event. Right? What I do every day when I speak to someone and they're doing or saying something I don't like. Oh, okay. Well, my intent is to go out and, have a wonderful, glorious day in this beautiful paradise. I got to go. You guys have a good time. Good luck with whatever you're working on. Move on. We have to be a lighthouse, which means just shine that gift of who you choose to be. So it could be one word like her. It's my party. I got to go enjoy and entertain a little bit more. I love you. Speak what you want, write what you want, know what you want. So no matter what, when you spin that moment, you can speak those words and you're never going to get pulled off of the lighthouse. You're never going to get pulled off of your power. And it seems so basic. But if you don't know who you are and you don't know what that's your truth or what you want or how you want to live, guys, I'm telling you, I listen to this all day long. We don't know what our needs are, so we can't tell people. What I need is to be here in paradise and live my best badass self. I gotta go, bye. And what are they gonna say? Don't do that? No. My truth right now is spending every extra moment taking care of me and making my health so badass so that you all get the brightest version of me and not the exhausted version of me. That's what I tell people. So when they want me to go do stuff, it's like, thank you, but I just don't have the availability right now. I'm busy. I could be busy laying down. I could be busy getting a massage or a pedicure. I could be busy doing lots of things, but it's putting energy back into my lighthouse. So please don't overcomplicate this. Your map is could be 15 words. It could be a whole map of energy words, 6 words that come off your sonar, and then saying, I want this in my money. I want this in my love. And how would I get that if this is my truth? You can figure that out and find that out when you join in the Conscious Creator coaching. Or, by the way, on Wednesday is a free, it's a mini masterclass on parenting using the Zodiac. So those of you who aren't signed up, go hop into my Instagram, DM me the word Zodiac Kids, and you'll get all the links. It'll send them to you. It just tells me you're one of the people who want to be in the class. It's free, Wednesday night, 5:00 Pacific. Okay, Arizona, we're matching right now with Pacific time. Any more questions, my friends, on this? I think I've tried to make it as simple as I could, given I'm telling you guys, be prepared what's coming with this Mercury retrograde, with this new moon, with Aquarius, Pluto, and then all the other planets jammed up into Taurus and Aries. This isn't going to be gentle, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be open-minded. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be pretty freaking cool. All right. I believe the ancients knew, the Egyptians and the Greeks and the Romans knew astrology. Oh, they did know astrology. Astrology goes back to the Mesopotamia before we had any written text. So we already used the stars. We used the universe. We used energy. I'm really glad he said this. I'm going to touch on one thing for 2 minutes here. Okay. We have actually lowered our consciousness up until just the recent last several years. We've been raising our consciousness, but our ability to express the soul and the power and the energy of what you are really capable of healing yourself, of doing yourself, of your superpowers within your DNA, of psychic ability, of paranormal ability, of talking to spirit, talking to other universes. We have lowered our power and our grade to be able to do that. So yes, we have lost that power from way back in ancient times into Mesopotamia. And now we're coming back and we're all awakening. And as I told you on last call, I don't care what you use, this map to stand in your power and not move and just light yourself up, to plant medicine, to CBDs that aren't extreme plant medicine, but they're helping you, to meditation, to gentler exercise, to hardcore exercise, to charged water, to love water. If you do all the above or none of the above, you are more powerful than sitting and listening to external propaganda bullshit. Go watch 1984. You guys, this has all been showed to you so you can get back into you and know that you were more powerful in the ancients. They knew more connection to other galaxies, to other planets, to other universes. They were already communing with other, everybody calls them aliens. It's the other galaxies, the other races, right? So this whole thing that everybody's trying to like polarize people, I find it fascinating because people are falling for it. And I'm telling you not to fall for it. Go in here. Your power is right in here, and you have the ability when you look for it and say, non-negotiable, I'm going to heal. Non-negotiable, I'm going to heal my money. Non-negotiable, I'm going to heal my relationship, my marriage. Marriages have been having a real rocky time the last couple of years. They're healable. When people are telling you marriage is a thing of the past, it's bullshit. I call bullshit on all of it. You have to find a way to not negotiate your light and your truth and start building out this badass, powerful, magical map, period. So yes, we downgraded for a while. We're coming back. I don't care what you use. I'm just giving you a tool every time. Every Monday, I hope I give you a new tool. One tool clicks. One tool doesn't. Okay. So hopefully that helped. That makes you guys, help you understand that we went here, we went down, we're going back up again, and there's no going back. Okay. All right. So yes, astrology was called woo-woo forever. Now it's like another language. And get ready for astrology to change. Astrologers are starting to wake up and realize that these new planets are being found outside into the Kuiper Belt and other galaxies. So we have to start tapping into now these other galactic energies that we just couldn't see. We didn't know. You couldn't see with the naked eye. In Mesopotamia, you were looking at the stars with your eyes and not with your mind and with your energy. Okay. Okay. So again, May 10th, Conscious Creator Coaching. Get in before it's full. May 19th is Wednesday night, 5 o'clock. If you want to get into the mini masterclass, hop onto my Instagram at I Deserve It Now. Hop onto my Instagram and then just DM me the message, Zodiac Kids. Yes, April 19th, 2 days from now, Wednesday night is Zodiac Kids. And then May is Conscious Creator. So that's what's happening. If you are not in the Truth Tribe is free. Some of you got an email from me when you got shifted over to the Warrior Pass. If you didn't and I shut you down, you got an email from me or a text. If it's not working, you're trying to log in, text me or DM me and I'll help you fix it. It's my fault. So blame me. Totally blame me. Even my IT guy was like, you didn't do this right. So I tried to fix it. If I did it and you're one of them, please take my apology. Just DM me or find me and I will help you reset it. It was my fault. Okay. Okay. All right, my friends, I love you. It was an awesome call. Remember to make a difference where it's going to make a difference. That's where you put your energy. Brightest blessings. Happy new moon. Happy solar eclipse. Happy Mercury retrograde. And I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good night. Take care. Brightest blessings.